Sunstep. Mic on. Why not? Sunstep. Sorry, feed off. Sorry. Oh man. I have to have Heather clip these on. I never can get this clipped on right. Hopefully y'all can hear me. There you go. Yeah, man, we're gonna do some stuff today. First thing I need to do is I need to take this piece I've got here and cut some stuff into it. Welcome everybody, or welcome Sunstep. I start the steamer too. No, I probably shouldn't. The first thing I need to do is I need to take this guy out. Take this guy out of these clamps. And then take this other one and put it up in this vise and work on it for a couple minutes. And I do have a little tear out here. Well, that's a little deeper than I thought too. But I think it's still gonna be okay. I soaked the last one overnight, so hopefully that'll help when it comes to that. I got another French style bench, that small one that you see behind me. I could probably use the two benches to help bend wood because they have hold-fast holes in them. Next time, hopefully we can avoid, that's a lot of split right there. But we're gonna saw that off and probably sand stuff. Anch Gangus, welcome. Well, we're working on bent wood right now. That did spring back some there. We got some bend in that. I mean, from a live tree to that, it's not too bad. Ideally, I would have some like actual curve inward there, but we'll work on that piece a little bit later. Kind of what we get is what we get. That's how I'm going to deal with it. Now I need Miss Heather can grab my screw gun from my bedroom so I can cut little channel through this, because I actually want to cut a little row through here. I probably would rather do this with the help of my own, because I got to go make a stop cut all along the sides here. Let me get my mallet. I have a mallet inside, my small mallet. These are some chisels that I re-edged, so they're not going to be super sharp. It's about the right width though. Now I soaked this wood all night, so it's actually really wet. But I want to cut a channel in it before I put it through the bender, so that when I can't cut this little channel out once it's bent. It's going to be impossible. So I think this chisel needs work to be sharp. It's not there. nails down here I worked on. That. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Martil, welcome.
There's a lot you can do with that.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, even if it just stays like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna take my screw gun now and put little holes along the middle, make this waste easier to remove. I might even use a Forstner because that would take like a large amount of material out. Or I'll just have to work the edges there. This is about right here. We're gonna do some kerf bending too. This is the one I cut through the PVC with, I can tell. Put a piece of tape or something on here, let me recognize where the edge is, where I should cut to. That's pretty good right there. Just a tip there. I'm not kerf bending right now. I'm just cutting a channel in this board so that I can install lighting. Yeah, that works pretty well there. I'll zoom in a little bit. Dances with Aardvarks, welcome. Yeah. I'm going to keep going with the pre-cuts here. And once it's run now, because I got a chance in there. It's probably all needs to be sharpened. Now I ordered some lighting strips. So I don't know how long they're going to take to get here, and I don't know how wide they are. Should have probably read that in the deets, but didn't check that. So what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to cut a channel here just in case I can fit them in here. Once I bend this wood, it's not going to be easy to cut this in anymore. It is difficult. This is actually, these are Dances with Aardvarks that I spent months trying to steam bend wooden tubes. Never managed to get it to work consistently enough. It seems to be very difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Seems to be a lot of trial and error to it. As I was telling Wes the other day, I said the guy I watched originally claimed that it was nothing but an exercise in trial and error. What I'm doing is just going the depth of the cutting head on here. Then just cleaning it up. Wes, what's up, Wes? Smoke, welcome. Right now we're cutting some a channel through this. Actually, I had you bring my smaller mallet.
I can do that.
Yeah. What's up? Somebody say something I needed.
No, I was just making sure that you saw smoke.
Oh yeah, I just saw him. Sorry, y'all. It took my chat a minute behind y'all. It was a big lag. So I apologize. Wes, welcome. Smoke, welcome. I doubt this is going to be the right size channel to fit the lighting strip that I need, but I want to try doing it and see how practical it is before I bend this. And I'll start the steamer pretty soon here, because I don't think this is actually going to take me that long. It's almost like whittling. Because it's real soft still. But you can see the oak fibers are hard to break. You see how long they string out. Work your wood. That's what Wes said. That's what I'm doing. This is a mortise chisel right here. This wood is Southern live oak. This is a sapling trunk right here that I took down yesterday. I'm probably gonna get some more of these here in the next couple of days because they work. They're nice to work and they're not difficult. And I think they bend well. This one was soaked all night. I think it's gonna bend better than that other one. I'm gonna put more stress on it. They say when you bend, you wanna try to break it. Like you need to know what the limits are. So if it breaks, it breaks. Now use practice wood. This isn't expensive, though I do feel bad for these little baby trees I cut down if they don't get used.
Dad,
Huh? Dad, what's up? The Carver? Welcome. Welcome, Dad.
No, it's plywood.
Welcome to Dad without a exponent at the
Plywood's in there now, too.
plywood. Welcome, Tom. Yeah, do me a favor, folks, and tap that like and give me a like for this video. Wow, that fly went directly into my ear. So the flies in my garage do not care about DEET. It does not scare them at all. It does not keep them away. They just fly directly into my eyes and my ears regardless. This is into your ear. I don't care. That's the way they are. That's how they talk. That's how the flies talk. This is the best way to do it, man. Kind of thinking there may be an LED strip that may be small enough to fit into this channel. Oh, y'all can't even see me. That's the problem. Angle's not right. Or can you? This is where we are right now. I spent months. Okay, Wes said, bends the corner in square body Chevy, dumping lights out the window. Oh, appreciate you, man. Dump them lights out the window. Towards me, though. I'm standing there with a bucket. I have not decided whether the mortise chisel or the pre-drilling is the best method. It seems like maybe the mortise chisel works better, but it's a little skinny. I'm getting wood in my apples, man. A routing plane would probably be this one. I need to take that routing plane blade and put it against the grinder, get it straight. It's not very good. Also want to do some kerf bending, if I didn't say that already. I'm going to combine kerf bending with steam bending to get some three-dimensional shapes. It's experiments in bending, folks. If you haven't checked out my video, check out my video. I've got one on bending this oak piece yesterday that we bent. Now we have some breakaway there. I mean, it's all about learning, right? I mean, it's still like it's shillelagh-like right now, even though shillelaghs are not made out of this material. I'll acknowledge that. This right here has got to come off. It broke away from tension, but not enough to mess it up. I'm gonna just sand the mess out of it. Where bushcraft meets art, that's Dad's workshop right now. That's what we're doing. My last several pieces have been all about function and trying to bring form into function. I want to make some of this about form and not even worry about, well, function's all right, but I want to make it more about form and taking bushcrafting, you know, and coming up with materials that are easy to get. In this case, greenwood. Greenwood is like accessible to most people who live in not an urban area. You don't cut down the one tree in Brooklyn, you know. You know, there's a few trees in Brooklyn. We had some beautiful trees in DC, some beautiful old ones, big oaks and things like that. I was always impressed with the trees out there. I would stand there and just kind of stare at them and wonder what those trees had seen in the city over that time, all the people that passed under them. I know I'm bringing a tear to y'all's eye, but don't get too emotional. Don't get too emotional here. We got work to do. Very unemotional work to do. I don't think I've ever used my chisels on green wood before. Well, yesterday, but that was it. Some of these chisels overhaul. How's everybody? Everybody had their second, third, fourth cup of coffee yet?
Where's your mic?
Right here. Is it bad?
Super low.
Is it?
Super low. Yeah, I thought
I
you were on
can't never
camera
set it
audio.
up. Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. Can you hear me now?
Oh, Mister just got there.
Mister, welcome. Mister is a new member to Wes's channel. That's great. Saw that the other day. Love members. That's what we live for here. Definitely consider becoming a member to your favorite channel. Long form videos are nice and shorts are nice and donations are nice, but what we need is people to become a part of the community and make a commitment and stay part of the community. And we, you know, any commitment you can make is great. Appreciate that. But we really, really live off the members. Like that's our thing here. At the moment, it seems to be the best way. YouTube has in-house members. Now, back in the day, you had to set up Patreon to do that. You can still do that, but YouTube has it in-house now. Of course, they take Caesar takes what is due to Caesar, you know. But that's okay. I'm so like my chat is there. Anybody in the chat? All right, here we go. There we go. Updated. Yeah. Cup number 2.5 is what Wes is on. Very slowly drinking that coffee. Good. Good. Can you all hear that obnoxious car? I noticed that yesterday when I was running, they drove past me with that car and it wasn't loud like that. And they waved at me. I was like, why they turn that mess off when they're driving past me? Kind of interesting. I don't know how you turn it off. It's like part of the car, right? The exhaust. Smoke, you in here? How you make your 4-cylinder engine sound obnoxious like that? Not yours in general, but people's. Collective your. Whittle me this. What would happen if I cut down some saplings? This actually probably will help this bend too, to be honest, because you have less material, which is what I'm going to get into when I get into kerf bending, which is cross cuts, and then you bend it that way. I'm going to use kerf and steam, so make it as idiot proof and error proof as possible. Remove the variables of failure. Yeah, the obnoxious car. Yeah, to me, them loud engines and stuff like that. I mean, trucks, old trucks and stuff. That's different. So don't take it personal. It's the little like Hondas and stuff that they like change the exhaust so that they wake me up in the middle of the night. Do you really need to do that? I saw an Instagram reel the other day with like what people with loud cars think I respond, how I respond when they pass by. Oh my gosh, did you see that? Oh, man. That guy, he's impressive. He must be an impressive, strong man. Yeah. It is a mortise chisel. It is doing a good job. This one's pretty sharp, and the edges are sharp too, right? See that? So with a mortise chisel, even the edges are sharp. I shouldn't have to wind it to get through there, but it is. It is working well. It is a mortise chisel, yes. And I have sharpened this a number of times, so even these bottom edges are sharp. If this channel's too small, I'll know the next one I'll have to be larger. And what I want to do is hide the lighting strip inside the piece. You know, that's the goal here. Greenwood is funny. It's stringy. At least this white oak is very stringy. I did look it up yesterday. They will, for classification purposes, they'll classify Southern live oak as white oak. But it's like Wes said, it's in the beech family, but all oaks are in the beech family. It's not technically a white or a red or black oak. It's its own. But when they classify for like woodworking purposes, it's classified as a white oak, according to AI. Now, AI could be wrong about that. I've never known a piece to be Southern live oak. So I've never known anyone to say, oh, this piece is made of Southern live oak. I know of old trees down here and going further south, some 500-year-old trees that are Southern live oak. And then even in Virginia, in Hampton, Virginia, they had this freedom oak there over near Hampton University. That's quite old. That's a live oak also. But like I said, they're more like, what did I say? They were in the same family as, it wasn't holly, it was something else, but they do behave like holly. Kind of similar in wood structure too, like the wood grain. Chevy Schlandering. No banana tree shirt today. I think my shirts are a little dirty. Got to get those washed. I kind of have a pile of them. It's not Heather's fault. I got to get my pile under control. If that's what you meant, Wes. All right, let's give this. I'm gonna give it a little bit of aid down here by drilling some slots in this. Can y'all see the middle? Let me move the camera a little bit. Drill a few. Dances with Aardvarks. Going to route 5 slots BBL. I do know what a BBL is, but I don't know the abbreviation other than what it is. Like you know, we all know what a BBL is, right? I'm just going to the depth of the cutting head on here. Yeah, it's really wet. And I soaked this all night too, so it's even more moisture content. We can check that though. Now that I got these holes in here, it should get an even more accurate moisture content. This says 33.5. I'm pretty sure that's higher than that. Yeah. Yeah, 35 is what it's reading, but y'all see that? How many of y'all use one of these? Might be time for Woodworker's Vice. Yesterday we worked this piece. I think on my live. Did I work this off the live? I did a lot of work off the live yesterday. Don't want to hit that middle on there. Let me see if I got a right width here. I think I did sharpen this one though. What we got going on in the chat? Calvin, would you say your chisel collection is complete? No. I always want more chisels. Mr. said, trick question. LOL, Mr. is what Wes said. And Wes said, I use a similar one. Round is hard to hold in any vise. Yeah, I think I cut the sides kind of flat, but you know, eyeball flat. That's where they're at. But you're right. Round is hard to hold in a vise. This right here, I've re-edged this chisel. I can tell you right now that bevel's not right on the back. I was also given some pointed advice in some of those ones where y'all saw me grinding my chisels to get re-edge them after they had been bent for so long. There's this guy that got on there, man. He really read me the riot act about getting them hot and blackening the metal. I know nothing about metal. So he said basically that I was messing the metal up, making it brittle. And I said, man, thank you for telling me that. You know, I had no idea. I don't know anything about metal. I'm a woodworker trying to re-edge my chisels. never did that before. I just, you know, if my chisels ever went bad in the past, I just bought new chisels. But I don't have that freedom now. So there we go. There we go. There we go. We need to move that camera. But Wes is right. Round is hard to hold in any vise, and there are some angles on this that make it not exactly square. Yeah, y'all got that. Y'all got the angle. Thank y'all, man. Do tap that like button. Do check out my long form videos. I've got 2 on my experimentations with wood bending. I've got 1 on the bed. I think I got 1 more recent one. I've got a few. Been trying to get back into making those. But more importantly, consider becoming a member if you're here a lot. Start doing member shout outs again. I try to always like diversify. I'm always thinking about what is the next thing I need to do and how do I do something for my members that'll feel valuable to them and engage them, and also create new content that's engaging. So it's a lot, man, you know, it's a lot. Little knot in there, I think. Good question, though. My chisel set, I always could use more chisels. Sometimes I'm like, I want another framing chisel, though. I'm really happy with my chisels. I don't think I need more, but I would never say it's complete. Like if I had money, I certainly would buy some more chisels. I want some more of the like the Japanese style, like this one. But it's got the mallet on there. Sunstep in the house. Oh, well, I didn't even know you were working with the basic Harbor Freight set there. Wes said I might be at the point where I want more options than the basic Harbor Freight set. I can tell you for a fact, and I'm not paid by Narex, but I definitely think Narex's chisels are worth the money. I don't know how much I paid. I remember it being like a couple $100 for an impressive set of really good chisels. You know, that really. Now, people said sharpen them. I don't think I sharpened them initially from the factory. If I got a new set now, though, and brought them home, I would polish them, and them things would be the sharpest chisel you ever saw on YouTube. Like, knowing what I know now, they wouldn't have to be re-edged, which I had to do here. So, definitely I recommend the Narex chisels, but they don't pay me, so I should probably wait till they do that before I do that. I'm going to move the chat down. Funny. It may be that the mortise chisel works better than drilling the holes with this green wood going with the grain. Y'all can see that takes it off pretty easy. Let me back up the camera. Definitely feel like you're chiseling into like bread or something though. Like it's pretty interesting. Small shop called Inoue Hamino. Inoue Hamino. Yeah, man. I bet they You know, when I chop these saplings down, I took my pull saw out there, right? Because I'm really good with a pull saw, man. Like I could probably dismember myself with a pull saw before, pretty quickly. Not that that's a good thing to say. Don't dismember yourself, but I'm pretty daggone good with a pull saw. So I cut these saplings down in no time. I think just real quick through the trunks. I've cut large trees down with a pull saw before, actually. If I don't have nothing else around or my chainsaw gives out, I can do it with a handsaw. I guess the weird flex is my flexing that I could dismember myself with my, yeah, it probably wasn't, it's live. You say stupid stuff. I can cut really fast. How about that? Is that more entertaining? I'm really good at it. Where'd you hear that from, Wes? Where'd you hear? I'm not going to tell you if your mallet fails me. All right, time to come to Jesus. This mallet broke when I was installing the bunk bed. This mallet, the hand came out. I glued the handle back in. I hit my bed with it once and it delaminated. Right?
Technically, I broke that one the second time.
No, I think it was me.
I have it on video.
So I glued in the handle with wood glue, and then the lamination failed when I hit with it. So I can fix this one. I can't fix the other one. The dowel neck of that won't be fixable. But this one I can fix by sanding this surface down and gluing it with wood glue. So I guess we're gonna get to that regardless. I don't know. I got to keep running my live. I can't. The one guy who would actually use it. So yeah, man. I mean, I use them, man, and I didn't abuse it at all. It was one or two hits with the pine handle mallet, and then and I brought only those mallets for my install, right? When I did the bed install, so I didn't have. After that, I had like to use a rubber mallet, I think.
Yeah, I thought it'd make great footage of us using.
That's what we were trying to do. Didn't work out, and so that's that. No one else to say about it than that. It's just. I'm sure if you talked to Benjamin over there, Benjamin's been hitting my mallet against metal. It's probably broken. He doesn't want to tell me.
Yep.
I mean, I considered that fact. So
we're gonna fix them off live, but we didn't get that option. So
no.
Sometimes people make decisions for us.
Right. Yep. Yep. I'm sorry that happened. if I may, and you know I'm not an expert. Nah, I was thinking this morning I'm not technically a carpenter, not technically a contractor. I never apprenticed for any woodworkers. Everything I know is from myself. But in woodworking, typically, we only use like epoxy resin when we're taking a non-natural material and sticking it to the natural material, a plastic or something like that, a metal or something like that. So I have epoxy resin here, but I rarely use it. What we use when we laminate wood together is typically wood glue, and it holds really well.
Weird, because Sunset just said you can't glue a mallet. But I can
Is that right?
We can do
Yeah. Well, let me show you what I'm talking about and give you just an example, slight example. You know, here's one of my molds that I made for my wood bending. This one snapped, and I thought when I snapped it by putting clamp pressure down on it, that it snapped between the joints, right? Because these are several 2x4s that are glued together. But it didn't snap between the joints. It broke through the wood grain rather than on the wood glue. So wood glue is an effective way to stick wood to wood. You know, it's just that simple. And you know, if you got it around, if you're laminating wood, wood laminates to wood with wood glue. But can't glue a mallet. You know, yeah, I don't know. I'm not.
like I can just boot them.
No. That's not what I want. Yeah, no, I'm good. Let me do this though. Let me go ahead and pull myself off of live right now, and then talk to anybody who needs to be talked to in person. So go ahead and end the live.